Let's go, let's go. You said what, baby? You ain't gotta miss me. You ain't gotta miss me. You'll see me in August. You ain't gotta miss me. Here you go, baby. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't never seen you before. And that's a good thing. But here you go. I wrote have a good one in there for you. Have a good summer, baby. Uh-huh. Really? Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you know what? That's exactly what summer school is for. I'll be seeing you in July. Lord have mercy, what's the location? Yeah. Folks always trying to fight on the last day of school like I can't give them 10 days starting next semester.
You better be goddamn lucky no assault is happening, but the next time, it will happen, scaredy cat pussycat. Welcome to. Get out of here right now. No logos allowed.
Bruh. I'm a school bus manufacturer. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah? Tell me what the fuck you do then, logo who can't fucking talk at all. The Bluebird Corporation, originally known as the Bluebird Body Company, is an American manufacturer of school and activity buses. Established in 1927, the company has also manufactured transit buses, motorhomes, and specialty vehicles such as mobile libraries and mobile police command centers. Bluebird's corporate headquarters and main manufacturing facility are in Fort Valley, Georgia. It is a subsidiary of the Traxxas Group BV, part of Cerberus Capital Management. Bluebird's logo is a silhouette profile of the brand's namesake bird.
Manufacturing and assembly. Traditionally, school buses such as those produced by Bluebird consist of components purchased from various outside suppliers and parts which are manufactured in-house to the company's specifications. These two categories of parts are then typically assembled into bodies which can be mounted onto chassis, which have often been variations of those used in a myriad of truck applications. Production-wise, the large home plant complex in Fort Valley, Georgia served as both a part manufacturing plant for the entire organization as well as one of the 6 locations where bodies were assembled from in-house and purchased components. Parts and service were also located in Fort Valley, as was Wander Lodge Wayside Park, a tree-shaded motorhome park for visiting Wander Lodges adjacent to the Wander Lodge plant. Bluebird Corporation currently operates a single manufacturing facility in the United States, the Bluebird Body Company in Fort Valley, Georgia. A second facility, Bluebird North Georgia, in Lafayette, Georgia, was closed August 30, 2010. In the past, Bluebird has had an international manufacturing presence, with 2 factories in Canada, 1 in Mexico, and 1 in South America. These have now all been closed due to changing market conditions and Bluebird shift back to a lineup of school bus-based vehicles. Company history: 1927 to 1945, Albert L. Luce, Sr. was the owner of the local Ford dealership in Fort Valley, Georgia in the late 1920s. Luce was given the idea to construct a bus after a stock vehicle sold to a customer was of insufficient quality. The wooden bus body started to disintegrate before the customer finished paying for the vehicle. After suggestions from the customer, he decided to try building his own bus body on a Model T frame. In an effort to improve over the original wood frame bus that he had sold, Luce constructed the frame of his bus body with steel angles and sheet metal, using wood sparingly. Completed in 1927, the bus was put into service transporting school children. After the construction of 7 more bus bodies, Luce sold his Ford franchise in 1932 to produce bus bodies full-time to start his own company. When deciding upon a name, Luce chose the Bluebird name for a variety of reasons. The Bluebird name originated from the positive reception of school children to a blue and yellow demonstrator unit from a group of school children. Luce was nervous about the use of the family name for his business out of fears of it being mispronounced, i.e., the Luce bus. Steel bodies. In 1937, the company began production of full steel bus bodies, an innovation which soon replaced the wooden bodies which were then in common use around the United States. The early use of farm wagons on a part-time basis soon evolved into purpose-built school bus products, each with economy and function as major priorities. As the second quarter of the 20th century began, Albert Luce Sr. was one of the entrepreneurs of the period who transitioned from building wagons to developing some of the earliest purpose-built school buses. In a 1939 conference, Bluebird engineers helped to develop the color school bus yellow, which is still in use today. Bluebird and Wayne Corporation were several of the earliest to experiment with steel body construction, although such efforts were severely limited by war production product shortages and restrictions during World War II. Need for school transportation 1945 to 1960. Following World War II, continuing a transition from one-room schools, there was a nationwide movement in the U.S. to consolidate schools into fewer and larger ones, facilitating graded class structures. This meant that fewer students were attending school in their immediate neighborhoods, particularly as they progressed into high school. For many, the previous practice of walking to school became impractical. This led in turn to a large increase in the demand for transportation. The company grew substantially and became a major school bus bodybuilder in the post-World War II period. Change of ownership 1990 to 2006. From its 1932 foundation until 1984, Bluebird was run entirely by the Luce family, either by Albert Sr. or by his 3 sons. In 1986, the board of directors hired Paul Glaska, president of Marathon Letourneau, a Texas-based heavy equipment manufacturer. During this time, the Luce family still maintained ownership of the company. In 1992, Merrill Lynch Capital Partners purchased an 82% stake of the company in a management-led buyout, with the other 18% spread between Paul Glaska and 14 other Bluebird managers. After the buyout, the company name changed from Bluebird Body Company to Bluebird Corporation. Sagging demand, financial difficulties and changing world markets in the 1990s and early 2000s lead to Bluebird closing 2 plants and opening another. Bluebird East was shut down in 1992. Bluebird de Mexico in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, was opened in 1995. Bluebird was owned by the British Henleys Group plc, with a substantial financial stake held by Volvo Group from 1999 to 2004. Henleys had financial difficulties during this time, including some not related to its investment in Bluebird. Bluebird de Mexico in Monterrey, Mexico was closed in 2001. Bluebird Midwest was closed in 2002. According to a company news release from the fall of 2004, Bluebird became the sole operating subsidiary of a newly created holding company, Peach County Holdings Incorporated. As part of the deal, a banking syndicate made up of Henley's creditors owned 42.5% of the Peach stock, according to Bluebird. The Volvo Group, the world's largest bus manufacturer, owned another 42.5%, with the balance owned by Henley's pension scheme and Bluebird's management. Also in 2004, Bluebird introduced the Vision, the first conventional-style school bus to be built without relying on an outside supplier for chassis. However, after a bankruptcy filing, Bluebird was acquired by Cerberus Capital Management. In connection with the acquisition by Cerberus of North American Bus Industries and Optimo Bus Corporation, Bluebird's acquisition led to Cerberus having a complete line of school and transit buses. Bluebird is currently owned by the Traxys Group BV, who acquired them in 2006. Product changes. The late 1980s and 1990s saw the Bluebird product lineup in flux in comparison to the decades before. In 1988, Bluebird introduced the TC/2000, its first all-new transit-style school bus in over 25 years. The flagship All-American was redesigned a year later. In 1991, the Bluebird Wanderlodge ended the use of its school bus body. The 1992 Q bus was the first Bluebird transit bus designed from the ground up as a transit bus and not derived from the All-American. The 1990s were also a period that the company explored the use of alternative power sources for school buses. In 1991, Bluebird introduced the first school bus, an All-American rear engine, powered by compressed natural gas, CNG. In 1994, Bluebird developed a battery-powered school bus in an effort with Westinghouse Electronic Systems for a school district in California. While the electric school bus remained a prototype, Bluebird has continued to offer CNG as an option on the All-American since its 1991 introduction. Refocus on school buses 2007 to 2014. Through 2007, Bluebird executed a series of plant closing and product line divestitures intended to refocus the company on the school bus market in an effort to improve profitability and market position. The commercial bus production was transferred to Nobby's Anniston, Alabama facilities. Bluebird's original and last remaining international plant, Bluebird Canada, was closed August 10, 2007. Later in 2007, the rights to the Wanderlodge were sold to Complete Coach Works, ending Bluebird's 44-year participation in the recreational vehicle market. In commemoration of the 80th anniversary of Bluebird No. 1, and the centennial of the Model T Ford, it was donated to the Henry Ford Museum by the Luce family in 2008. 2008 saw major updates for the Vision, unveiled in late 2008 as a 2010 model. The All-American saw the most extensive changes to its body in nearly 50 years. In October 2009, Bluebird further streamlined its bus production as it entered into a joint venture with Canadian school bus manufacturer Girardin Minibus, dubbed Microbird, Incorporated. All small bus production was consolidated at the Girardin facilities in Quebec, Canada. Consequently, all Bluebird production is now limited to full-size conventional and transit buses. The 2010 Microbird was the last Bluebird bus to use a non-Bluebird chassis.
Tell me about propane and get out of here.
Vision Propane, the most popular alternative fuel school bus, with over 18,000 sold. Bluebird's 5th-generation Vision Propane bus is engineered to deliver fuel and maintenance cost-saving results, as well as offer drivers a pleasant riding and operation experience. As many satisfied customers can affirm, propane is a safe, clean and affordable alternative fuel that features many operational and cost-saving benefits. Propane is a very safe alternative fuel. Propane is a very safe alternative fuel, both for the environment and the children that ride in our propane-powered school buses. Click on the items below to learn more. Propane autogas is safe for children and the environment. In its natural state, propane autogas is virtually odorless and colorless. Propane autogas does not ignite easily. The fuel tanks used to house propane autogas are incredibly durable and thick. The propane autogas engine fuel system is built with safety in mind. Our bus's engine systems are fitted with safety devices and shut-off valves that function automatically if the fuel line ruptures, and all lines and hoses are protected to prevent damage from loose cargo which could be encountered in the vehicle interior. The propane autogas tank mounting system is strong and secure. Fueling is safe and easy.
I was scared, bro. I thought that was going to take 20 to 30 minutes. But finally, just 19 minutes. We can clock out and hope to never see that logo again. Ha 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 ha.